Hello, students. A very warm welcome to your own channel where you can clear all your doubts. I hope that you all are safe, healthy, and at your home. I was thinking to launch this YouTube channel for my students because, as we all know, that due to the corona pandemic, we are forced to be locked down in our homes, which is an absolute necessity for our safety, for the safety of ourselves, our family, our society, our state, then our nation. I hope that you all are following it. So, my dear students, today I'll be discussing with you the question paper patterns for the subject English. Now here you can see that this video is for the ICSE aspirants of the batch of the year 2021. Subject English has got two papers, English paper 1, which is English language, and English paper 2, which is literature in English. In this video, we will be discussing about English paper 1, which is English language. The English language paper carries 80 marks for theory, and you have an internal assessment of 20 marks. Why I am discussing the question paper, types of questions, marking scheme and all with you, because it is important for a student to know that what type of questions, what will be in the sections of the question paper and how the marks are distributed amongst all the questions. So the English language paper 1 is of 80 marks and the time to answer the paper is 2 hours. My dear students, you need to keep the time frame in your mind. That is why it is important. That is why I have mentioned the time here. You will get 2 hours to write your answers. Now, one by one, we will be discussing the paper and the marking scheme. English paper 1 will have 5 questions, set of 5 questions, and all the questions will be compulsory. Now, moving to the first question, question number 1, which is of 20 marks. In question 1, you will be required to write a composition or an essay in a word limit of 300 to 350 words. The first question, you will be getting 5 types of essays. In the first question, you will be getting a choice, or you will be choosing any one of the 5 essays. And this question, you will get a choice of subjects which will test your ability to argue or persuade, narrate, describe, write a true short story, or you will be given an option to write a composition based on a picture, which is known as picture composition. So in other words, we can say that you will be getting 5 types of essays. They are the argumentative essay, the narrative essay, the descriptive essay, the short story writing or the story writing, The characters will be given and you will have to write a true story based on the characters and the plot given in the question, or the picture composition in which you will get a picture and based on that picture you will write your own story, or it should relate to the picture. So in question 1, out of these 5 options you have to choose any one, and you will be marked on the organization of the subject matter, syntax, punctuation, correctness of grammatical construction and spelling. Now we will move to question number 2. In question number 2, my dear students, you will have to write a letter and you will be getting a choice from 2 subjects, either a formal letter or an informal letter. So question 2 also carries 2 sections, 2A and 2B. It means there will be a choice for you, either you can write a formal letter or an informal letter. The most important thing which you should keep in your mind that whichever type of letter you choose to write, you should write the correct format as taught by your teacher and as it is described by the council. And the layout of the letter will contain your correct format, the introduction, then the conclusion, etc. And you will be assessed on these parameters. And as I have said, that the student should pay special attention to the format of the letter with emphasis on vocabulary appropriate to the context. Question number 2 carries 10 marks. So my dear students, I would like to tell you that question number 1 and 2, they are linked with each other. How they are linked, we'll be discussing it in the next video. Now moving ahead to question number 3. Question 3 comprises of 2 parts and it carries 10 marks, 5 marks each. Question 3 has got 2 parts, question 3A and question 3B. For question 3A, which is of 5 marks, you will have to write a notice based on the given direction. And for question number 3B, you will have to write an email on the same content as the notice. So what does it mean? It means that these 2 sections, question 3A and question 3B, are linked with each other. I hope till question 3 you all are now clear. Now moving ahead to question number 4. The question 4 carries of 20 marks. I would like to tell you very briefly about the distribution of marks for question 4. Question 4, the first part, which is the word meaning part, carries 3 marks. Then 9 marks for short answer type questions. Then the last part is of 8 marks, which is for the summary of the given unseen passage. Now we will discuss question 4 in detail. In question 4, you will be getting an unseen prose passage of about 450 words. You will be required to show and write the understanding of the meanings of the words, either in words or phrases. Then the second part of question 4 will be containing questions and you will be requiring to write short answers. And this part will test a student's ability to comprehend in the given passage. and infer information, intention, and attitude. And of course, for the last part, which is the summary part, you will be writing the summary of the given passage. We will also discuss this question number 4, comprehension, in a different separate video. Now, moving ahead, before I move to the last and the final part of this English paper 1, which is question number 5, I would like to make it very clear that from question 1 to question 4, you can term this section of the paper as the writing section. Question 1 is essay, question 2 is letter, question 3 is notice and email, and question 4 is unseen passage. Now question 5 is completely the grammar part. It is also known as the functional grammar section, and it is of 20 marks. In question number 5, students will be tested for their knowledge of functional grammar, structure, and use of language. All the items in question 5 are compulsory, which means all the sections of question 5 are compulsory. You have to attempt all the sections in the question number 5. You don't get any choice. And here the students are marked on the correct use of the verb forms, then followed by a preposition, and then finally followed by transformation of the sentences, which has got two sections. Transformation of sentences, you will get joining of two sentences, and the last part will be you will be rewriting the sentences as given questions without changing their meaning. I would like to make it clear for you. In the last part, you will be rewriting the questions as directed, and the meaning should not change of that sentence. So the marking for question 5 is question 5A, or the first part, is of 4 marks. Question 5B is of 4 marks. Question 5C is of 4 marks. Question 5D is of 8 marks. So here you can see that question number 1 is of 20 marks. Question number 2 is of 10 marks. This makes 30. Then question number 3 is also of 10 marks. The total comes to 40. And question number 4 is of 20 marks. It becomes 60. And the last one, question 5, is of 20 marks, which becomes 80. So 80 marks is the maximum marks for English language paper 1, and the 20 marks is